So since I'm actually not able to share entirely the 3 minutes of my thought process, I'm going to go ahead and just make a video to finish up my thoughts on the porn addiction surging within the Christian community. So yeah, I think the conversations to be around, contraceptives. I think it should be around, reproductive planning, sex education on a very practical level. And I think this is where many ministries have failed people, right? It's not practical. And so if you were to say, well, what are you opposing? What are you, suggesting? Are you just saying that people should just have sex in the church and we should just, fornicate? Well, people are doing that anyway, right? And if shaming them is pushing them to watch pornography, which is literally altering the chemistry in their brains, right? It's pushing people to an addiction. I don't know. I just think that, the only harm that can really be caused in educating people, right, Christians, right, on sex education is that you no longer control people. No, I think the only loss there is not necessarily a relationship with Jesus Christ. I think the loss there is going to be your church attendance, right? Your numbers, right? You can go to a church any day on a Sunday, random church of your own choosing. And I can assure you, they're going to shame you. You hear these pastors all day, every day. They get a kick out of it. You was laid up in the bed with some man that don't do every Sunday. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter where you go. And so if they can no longer shame you, right, sexually, then you're going to have a different relationship with the church. Most church goers and the attendance of church is mostly just due to shame and control and fear. That's why you have people who, they ultimately regress, right? They regress, they're repressed, and they become like raging monsters and addicts and everything else. Right? It's not practical. And that's one of the things that's so saddening about religious communities. They don't give you practical advice on how to live your life, how to be an actual good person. They focus so much on the sinful nature of man. Okay? The sinful nature of then if all you ever affirmed is how, you're not this, you're not that, you're. And honestly, if you ask me, I actually think this is something that only takes place in Black churches. I actually don't think that white churches focus on, sexuality as much. I don't think they focus on wine. I don't think they focus on either. I think they focus on righteousness. And I think that's why you have, hello, right? That's why you have the difference in theologies. All right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Black people have to work their way to righteousness. White people are justified in their whiteness and considered righteous.